step to the next level of my life. And I just realized it's not as easy as I thought it would be, but it's just so worth it. And the weekend, I was part of the working weekend, just like doing something very like important, just being in my like home office and just working, writing. And then the second went out with my friends to the best examples of culture, New York City culture. So it was Art Expo, which happens once a year. And yesterday we spent hours there. It's a huge, in the piers near the Hudson River, there's a pavilions, and there are the most talented artists from all over the world. They bring the art, and it's just amazing. And my friend gave me like VIP pass to that. And the art therapy, it's just something that is so good for your soul. When you just go and explore and just spend hours and hours watching so much different examples of art from all over the world and talk to the artists. Because right now I live next to Metropolitan Museum of Art, which is world famous. But most painters who, whose paintings are there, they're all dead. But so you cannot really talk to them, even if their work of art is fabulous. But there, it was amazing. It was just really, really good. And there was a long walk along the river, in the parks. It's just really wonderful. Like this great thing that just happened, you just realize you're in the center of the world. And yesterday I took a tour in Harlem. This area, it has so many culturally rich like markets, and the people, and you just observe how things are happening. It's amazing. Cafes, because now it's raising in value. Like it used to be an area which is not really safe, but when you go there during the day, you just watch life. And we spent time with my friend in Columbia University, which is also like world famous, very, very like one of the top schools. And just being in the campus, watching professors, students, and I've been there many, many times before for lots of events. It's just so good, like you just balance things out, like work and very important things that you do for your soul, like positive emotions, and people that you connect with. They give you this good energy that inspires you to do great things. Because when you talk to people, that's how you get new ideas. It's just something that you kind of planted in your mind, and then you just even don't know, like it's gradually, when you least expect it, you change yourself for the better.
And I can feel the energy you're talking with, and you're talking about all of this experience you had during the week.
Oh my God,
and
yes.
It's amazing. I absolutely agree with you, and I think even to be around such people, it's not necessary to talk, to ask some questions, just to be around, and you feel their vibrations, their thoughts everywhere, and it's great. You transform yourself as well, and it's very important to see what kind of people you associate with. They're inspirational, they're do something interesting, maybe they're artists, so it's not necessarily just it's not entrepreneurs, it can be cultural people, and it's great.
Creative, lots of creative energy.
Very nice energy, Anya, and probably you saw some pictures of mine during the week when I had an opportunity to join theater.
Tell me more.
With my good friends, and it's another great experience. I like a lot of business events, but cultural events is good. It's good to have you in balance. What you mentioned before.
Totally.
It's very important part of our life, part of
our existence, and our like it's a quality of life. That because art is a kind of entertainment. There's no really much of practicality in it, but you do it like simply for pleasure. And there's all kinds of entertainment, especially now in America and probably in Russia too. You can watch bad film, you can watch good film, you can go and see or go to like nightclub, and will be like one kind of entertainment, will make you very tired the next day. or you just go to the theater or an art exhibit. It's really like with the food, it's a low quality food and high quality food. And all this experience with art and culture and entertainment, it's like food for your soul, which is also really, really important. So if you're just hungry, you eat anything. But when you know the best, when you tried the best, then your taste is a little bit spoiled, and then that's what you accept. It's everything is high quality in your life, which is totally extraordinary to me, because these choices that you make of things to do, they have direct influence on your events of your life. It's just interesting that you attract people and something happens. Like, it's not really a miracle. I would say it's more like an interesting choice that you make, but then it just somehow your life becomes better.
Yes.
Maybe not always easier, but definitely better quality. And then you just, after some time, you look back at the person who you used to be and the life that you used to have, and you just realize, wow, it's just that you have the same body, but you are completely transformed.
Yeah, Anya, and it's not easy to choose that kind of activities, because it's not usual for you, probably for that kind of person. Maybe he does some everything, just business, and he's not ready.
True.
Very rarely go to some cultural events, but when you go there, you add something in yourself. You increase your creativity. You increase your in any kind of.
Yes, absolutely. No, I think especially like it would be ideal for people in business to like balance it, but unfortunately, in New York, many people they work, and they have lots of stress in their life, and they just choose other ways to relieve the stress, I guess. But it's all temporary. I think when you have the high quality art experience, culture, creativity experience, it just stays with you for much longer, maybe for the entire life, because it creates, like, produces the impression that you just keep in your memory. That's because when the events, like probably like maybe you can go to the stadium and watch their sports game, like football, there will be lots of emotions. And sometimes I totally don't mind doing that, watching some sport as well. But it's totally different level, because it's a different energy. People usually, they drink beer, they yell really loudly. It's not, you cannot really even it's very high stimulation, but it's very short term. It's like hits your like all the all the sensory part, and so it's very, very high in sensory. So it's like very big explosion of emotions, but then that's it. It just goes up and down, up and down. With art, theater, it's different. It's more, I think, on like deeper level of when you absorb it, and it's just beautiful. There's like beautiful things, and some of that, it just becomes like classic. So you don't really need constant stimulation, but it just transforms you in a very, very good way. Which sport, maybe there's a concert, but concerts could be also very different. Could be a concert of really talented musicians with great music, with a good energy, and there are concerts which is really like very low quality pop music, which would not do anything to you. Like only just as an entertainment. When you just kind of you go like a party, and then you're just tired of it, and then you need more, and you're addicted to this.
Anya, and it's very important, I think, to be open-minded, because our life is so much, a lot of abundance in there, and we don't know what we know, what we like to do, and try to do new things. Probably if you're not ready to do new thing every single day, probably you can try something new every month. Maybe new food or new activity, or if you never dance, you go to dance class or doing something new. And it's great, because most people live like habitual, and they don't know what do they like, what they talented in.
Exactly. Yes.
And I think it's great. It's not easy to do, but when you do this, you expand your comfort zone, expand
Very
your
true.
life in different aspects of it, because our life is a lot of much more prosperous than we ever can imagine.
True, true. Getting out of your comfort zone first and going to the totally just different level, because things would not happen by themselves. That sometimes you just have to make a decision to go and try something and do something. Usually everything in life, as I noticed, if you do not do anything about it, it just gets worse. It's not getting better. But to truly have good results in life, they're results of your actions. It's exactly what you do. Sometimes it's you try something and it doesn't work. And sometimes you make mistakes. Sometimes you try something, you totally don't like it, and you just realize you will never, ever, ever do it again. And it's okay, and it's perfectly fine. But it's still important to not give up and still feeling alive by just exploring and doing something that kind of brings you some kind of big emotions. And doing things like, as you said, you never done before, something creative, some sports, some activities. And we're just so lucky right now that we both live in big cities like New York and Moscow. There's lots and lots of things to do. And it's also, we're very lucky to be very selective about this. So we can choose, because there's so many and it's impossible to do everything. You can just really pick the best, the top.
Yeah, I just want to add to your sentence, to your statement, Anna. I think you're absolutely right that we should be very selective and be focused on most valuable things, most valuable activities. Yeah, you know that you can do something new to increase your everything, but as you said, just keep your top best choices, because a lot of choices around us.
There's only 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Nobody has more, because it could be like the life should be balanced, should be enough time. You can still do sport and recreation and self-development and work. And like friendship. It's all really, and that personal connection, it's all really, really important. Well, you try to fit it in your life. But for me, the only way that I can have a life that I really want is to try to eliminate, like delete from life things that no longer significant. So I'm very, very selective, and it's not easy because you just stop. Like when many years ago, I just completely banned, like stopped watching television. It just doesn't exist, no matter what. It just never turn it on. All the entertainment, and sometimes, well, people around me, they watch some TV shows, they watch something that always everybody, like popular culture, everybody's doing, and I just have no clue. I do not watch the news, which is also like I catch the main events, but I don't really need to know what's happening because I cannot change it. These little things. People, sometimes you just have to just like say no, because with everybody, if you become popular, you have good energy, then suddenly everybody, they just want to talk to you. They just want to like spend an hour, 2 hours, like listening to you, and you do all of this work, but you're not getting anything. Your time is wasted. Like lots of things. What you about your life? So that's what I like to like exchange and share. Something that you focus on your life, and what you especially important. What you eliminate. What things that you made a choice that you don't do anymore, to replace them with good things. What that would be for you?
I often use 4 powerful questions, Anya, to decide what's important for me, and what's not important for me.
Okay.
And now, just an hour ago, I had physical activities in the park, and it's very, very important part in my own life, Anya. When I run, when I do exercise, I feel much more better. My mind works much more better. and I communicate with people with more confidence. And it's everything. This good health, impact,
good energy.
Every way it's very important, Anya. And there are 4 questions that I use, and probably our listeners and you probably can use these questions as well. And first question, these questions help to be more organized, to use your time wisely.
Right.
In business life, in career life, in your personal life. First question: What can I start doing? What I didn't do, but I should start. Anya, I'm sorry for my English.
No,
it's not correct.
Perfectly.
But
Sure.
You understand. First question: What can I start doing? I've never done this before, but this works for other people, and probably that can be that can be useful in my own life.
Yeah, you can
I can do this to achieve this goal. Probably someone already done this, and what did they do to have this kind of results?
You can say what kind of habit or new activity I could adopt in my life to improve it, to get better results, something like this.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
Anya, thank you.
Differently.
Second question: What should I stop doing?
This is important, right?
This is very important as well.
Yeah, probably even more important, because then if you continue to do wrong things in life, then there's no chance that you can get any results.
Yeah, Anya. It's very important. We talked with you a couple of times ago when we had a conversation like this, and it's very important word in time management is word no. You have to learn to say no.
Right, of course.
And
to people and to things, to activities, it's all you just say no.
Yeah, Anya, probably you are a very organized person and you plan your day. And we always write down to-do list.
Yeah, that's right. It was my day yesterday. That's
Anya,
all day. Yeah, it's just one day, and then I have a week for plans.
To-do list.
And or not to-do list, right? So not
second list should be not to-do list.
Sure, yeah.
And third question is, what should I, how can I say, what should I do less?
Do less, right. You can still do it, but do less.
Yeah, do but less.
Right,
and third, what should I do more?
Okay. That is a great strategy. I really like that. See, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, and when you have time to be with yourself, when you think on paper, and you ask this kind of questions regularly, you feel something different in life. You're getting more organized. You feel more confident. You understand that, wow, I've got 1 or 2 hours more during this day.
It's like a luxury.
4 hours now. I can do this for 2. And I shouldn't do this. Probably I can focus on most valuable thing, most valuable activity.
Sure, yeah, because that's what I want to write to them. Anna, what you can do, you can spend more time with yourself and think about these questions. That's what I do more. I need to do more of this first, and just like logically comes in, and I just think that's a good place to start.
Yes, Anya, it's great. Thank you very much for
it's just how
share with me your strategies and your thoughts. And 2 years or 4 years ago, I thought, I'm busy, I'm tired.
Oh yeah.
But in the end of this day, I can say, I had a lot of activities, but they were not really very important. And most people, very busy, they do something. Oh, I'm busy.
Right.
But they didn't do something important. And when you focus on most important activities, most important goals, most important tasks, you can do just two things during the day, but they will be much more valuable than dozens of others.
Yeah, like get the kind of get to the point when you know there's a result. Just get this done. Yes, and then it's being selective is just crucially important because years ago I was doing that mistake. Like that's why I was so busy trying so many things and it was hard to focus on one. Now I try to be like selective, only not more than like 3 activities. And I try to devote some time, like set some time aside for this. Like I have a timer. There's online. It's a great resource, by the way. I can probably just send you the link to it. It's the website, and you have a timer. And I just put like 45 minutes or even like 12 minutes or something when you just put the timer. And that's how you just control your time, which is so important that you do something nonstop. Or when you start doing some activity, it's important that you just know how much time you spend on this. Somehow I noticed that when it is a timer, when I'm just not doing that, but I'm doing that for their reason, it's how I feel that I'm more productive. It's just how it works. That there's no distractions, you just know what you want. And before even doing anything, most important question that you can ask yourself is how, like the question why you're doing that. Because if you have a certain like a meaning, something that you want to, you know the reason you're doing that, then it's just easier. Okay, I'm sending you the link. This is my great resource. This is the online timer, and hopefully you get this. This is a really good one. At times, there's lots of calendars, time zones. That's what I usually have on my desk, because sometimes you just see all the seconds that are kind of like they're really like passing by, and just realize if you're going to waste it, it will be the waste that you will never get back. That's how we just become more selective.
For the link, and I will.
Yeah, it's just like something there's.
That I should use this as well, and it's very important to be. I didn't understand this statement, Anya. Probably you've heard about take 100% responsibility for your own life. And I've read this.
Tony Robbins said it,
but I didn't really realize what does it mean. But when you're on the next level of consciousness, you understand that yes, you are the boss in your own life, and you're responsible how you use your time, what kind of activities you do, what you achieve. Most people who were fired or who just started their own business, they feel they feel
they kind of, I don't know, they're not really sure, right?
It's difficult for them, Anya, to control their own activities, their own life without any bosses, any.
Yeah, they're not really sure they're using what to do with their time, because they have it, but then they have so many things to do and they don't know like really how to use it in the best way.
Yes, and that's another habit that we can learn. That's another skill. It's learnable skill. Nobody born with excellent time management skills or excellent organizing or something like this. And we can learn every business skill, every productivity skill is learnable.
I totally agree.
And when you understand, it's not easy for me. It's not strong part in my own life, in my character, and I want to improve this. And you just set goal, personal development goal. Yes, I want to do this. I want to have this skill. I want to develop this in myself. And when you see this, that's a big point, big part in my life, and I want to change it. That's already happening. When you see this, you're going to that direction where you want to go.
It's amazing, totally. I think I just want to make to add something that's probably important, because when I talk to about time management and organization skills with people who are not really doing much of it, they all tell me, I don't want to be like a robot. I don't want to be like plan life. I would just be in the moment and just enjoy life. And I always add that, it's people who are better organized, they fit things in their life better, they have more time, they're less stressed, and initially they plan, they like all this like rest, activity, doing nothing, meditation, spending time with friends, non-work, it's also planned. It's on your calendar, and they have it all. They make sure that they have it. That's why they're really not like robots. But if you don't do anything, then you get stressed, then you feel guilty about not getting things done, and then you're not even enjoying your rest anyway. That's really like a poor time management. That's really, it doesn't make you like, it's not the opposite of being a robot, but it's being totally, like wasting life. I don't know what would be the opposite. It's just totally lost in the things that you could be doing, and then you probably less likely you'll get any results. But yes, I think that it's really important when you plan all these activities and business and everything else. It's important to set time aside. Like probably if you do not have at least like 20 minutes of the day or 30 minutes just for yourself, because it's great that you spend time with other people, you have friends, you have family, but still really important because that's the most important relationship that we have. Be with yourself. That's just write some ideas, reflect on things, think about what exactly, if you're doing something, is really what you should do, or it would be the best use of your time. And because if you do not have 20 minutes, you don't have a life. People say, I have no time, but then I will say, why you're really, what kind of life is this? Then you never have time. Like, it's like you're living in a prison. Because people say, oh, I'm very, very busy, I'm always busy, things are planned, but it's not enjoyable. This is like being, you will be busy with what? There's really nothing in the world could worth, getting most of your, the life, valuable time in life. You'll never have that. There's always a price to pay for things. You can achieve greatest results in business, but then you really not enjoying it, that doesn't make any sense at all. Because we live once, at least in this body, and if we never get the pleasure of just living the life, then no matter what you do, it's just, for me, this is not success. And as you're a success coach, as you work with a lot of people, a lot of successful people, what would be your definition of success? What do you think? What successful person? What kind of person is it?
It's Anya. I just want to add about time, and then I answer about success, because it's very, very close to that.
Sure. Yes, please.
It's very important to just stop and think about that, because when you just said before that most people say that they didn't have time, and everyone in big cities especially run somewhere, do something, and never have time to think about what do my time spent on, what do I do during the day, where do I spend my time, is it important things or unimportant,
exactly
what can I do. And yesterday we had a conversation about something similar we're talking about right now, Anya, with my friend. And a lot of people ask me, and he is very organized person as well, and ask, don't you sleep at all? How do you do so many things? What do you do? And that's additional some information about what you said about robot. Some people, if I will plan everything, I will be like robot. But in your own life, that when you plan, when you do most important things, you have a lot of time to go to theater, to go to museum, to spend time on nature, to spend time with good people, and you develop and you do everything like this. You are not getting like in cage or something like this. And about your question about success, Anna, there are a lot of definition of success. There are a lot of nice statements and nice quotes about that.
Like to know your personal one.
For me, success is balance in all most important parts of your own life. For everyone will be different definition of success. Some person can say that success is career realization, or success is financial abundance, or relationships. But for me, it's altogether. It's not necessary you have to choose and eliminate something from your own life. For me, successful person is successful in all most important parts of your own life. It should be, of course, he should feel good, because he should have good health to enjoy his money, for example, or his family and friends.
Absolutely.
And of course, for me, it's constant development. You should have your vision, your ideal goal that you're going to be there in 5-10 years. And every single day you should feel that you're becoming better. You've done something. It probably can be just one little small step, but you feel, yes, I've done something for my goal. And when you feel development every single day, you become more confident, you become more professional in your field, you become more better communicator with your husband or wife or children. You feel much more happier, and happiness is very similar. Success is very similar to happiness. It's not the same, but when you feel happiness, peace of mind inside, I think you are very close to that.
Absolutely, yes. Do you think maybe success would be the part of happiness? Like all happiness in life, it includes things like health, good, relationship with people, all, well-being, and also success in life? Because I just think that we're all born to be happy. And this is something that it's the whole reason. Even if you're living, life could be hard, and you can work hard, and it's not always easy. Happiness, it's not just laying on the beach all day in a nice resort and just only enjoying the pleasures of life. It's really not happiness, because I would in one point of my life, I made this very clear distinction between pleasure and happiness. Because sometimes, there were some few times in my life when I've done something really significant that I was very proud of, but then I was remember I was feeling physically very tired. I was walking down the street. It was raining. The weather was really bad. There was a cold wind and the rain. I didn't have an umbrella, and I didn't really feel necessarily on the top, being the top, physically. And there are some other things that were not right, but I was feeling so happy inside, because this thing that I've done made me I felt like the sun is shining. I felt really like $1 million. Sometimes it brought me some financial success, and sometimes I've done something that really didn't bring me anything, but really you're not really doing that for money, you're not really earning anything, but it feels so much greater. You feel this bliss of just knowing that you made a difference, you changed the life of people. And then you feel how important you are, because you were born and you've done something of a value to this world. You made this world a better place to live for everyone. This is incredible. This is just the great feeling in the world. And this is how you feel so happy. And because it's real, it's not in the moment. It's not from going to the bar and having a drink. Because if you drink alcohol, then probably you could feel good maybe for half an hour or one night, depending how much you drink. But then the next morning it's all gone. But when you're feeling this happiness, when you achieve something significant, it just lasts. It just never stops. And whenever you even 5 years from now, you look back and I feel wow, I've done something really, really cool, really, really great. And then you smile because you do have a reason for that.
Yes, yes. And when you feel good, that's an indicator that you are doing right things for your body, in your own life. And when you have your values, list of values, just write down your values. Most important. What do you value in life? And probably if your value number one will be family and spending time with my family, and you do most of the time your something to develop your career, you will not feel you will have different kind of feelings.
True.
You will not be happy inside.
True. Yeah.
You lose your peace of mind, because number one value for you, for example, for that person, for example, John, number one is family. And there can be two persons, Anya. For example, John and James. And they have three values: family, money, and health.
Right. Okay.
For example, for John, number one is family. Number two is health. Number three is financial, money. For James, the same three values, but number one will be money. Number two, for example, career, and number three, family.
True.
Both of them have the same values, but different order, and they will have different choices in life. And we can say what kind of, for example, choices they have. For example, if they both have, we want to send you to different city, and we increase your, for example, salary 20%, but you have to live alone without your family. James will say, yes, of course, that's my goal, that's my value number one, financial career success.
True.
And John said, no, I will stay here, I will have the same salary, but I will stay with my family here in this city. And the same in life, when you have your values, you will have different kind of choices and decisions you make.
Very true.
And absolutely, it's very important, Anya, about feeling of happiness inside. Peace of mind should be number one goal. When you have peace of mind, everything gets better. You feel confident. You feel great. You know what to do.
Yeah.
And
this is for real.
It's very important to feel that kind of feelings like happiness and gratitude as much as you can, as often as you can, because we were born already. We are champions, because there were millions of sperms, but we won. And most people just blame others, they criticize, and they focus on what they don't want.
Very true.
And they always feel sad. You know such kind of people, Anya.
Absolutely,
It's not easy to be around such kind of people, because they always criticize. You spend your time. They want to.
In English.
You say, "Oh, don't worry." They need that, and it's very.
In English
it's
language,
nice. It's their strategy.
We call them like toxic people. There's a term in English like toxic.
But when you unconditionally feel good and unconditionally grateful for such kind of people around, for such kind of salary and money, income, for food you have, because most people, millions of people, would love to be on your position.
Absolutely, yeah. We just forget about this.
They will envy such kind of, but that people criticize and blame. They don't focus what they have. They focus what they don't have.
Very true. Wow. Yes, it is exactly how it works. Because yes, for some people, things will never be good, even if the surrounding will improve. Also in English and in culture, we have this term like social programming. It's something that certain kind of lifestyle that you adapt from TV shows, because when you watch when I just know there's so many like things on television, commercials and all, they show you this certain lifestyle that you have to fit, that certain house you live in, certain car that you drive, certain restaurants that you go to, and certain things and brands that you have to buy to kind of like feel like in society, oh, this person is successful. But it's interesting that I know people that have all that and more, and they're just really not happy because it's in life only like what you said above. I'm totally completely agree with that, and also it's all very true if you're honest with yourself. If you ask question to yourself, is like do I really want it, or I'm just buying this, or I'm doing this because this is something expected of me to do this, because like have a like this is like a standard living, and like have a good job and a nice office, like high paycheck. It's like a standard. That's what people want. But when they're there, they're missing a lot, and they're not really brave enough to jump and start something on their own, be creative, to do what they truly love, because they can do the work that they hate for a lot of money, and it just somehow it just would not bring them the good results in life. Just have to be honest, and everything is like what you said. It is a part of it is a success in life when you are enjoying it, when you do not have to pretend that this is what you want. And I just know people who are like breaking all the stereotypes, and they're free from that. They're living the life that they want. They're happy. They look younger. Their eyes sparkle. You just realize you cannot fake it. And they have all this energy. And they just want to be with these people. You just want to be close to them, spend more time with them, like naturally. And sometimes the people who are, I think in the society, they are successful. They have all this high-end lifestyle, make a lot of money, spend a lot of money. You just see how truly are depressed they are, and they start having all other problems because they do not have time to really pay attention to their health and to their well-being, to their relationship, everything that kind of ruins. And then it's life that honestly it is probably not as desirable as people think it is.
Yes, thank you, that's great words. And
it's just my experience in traveling. When I was in my life, I had a chance to travel and see the country and be many different cultures, and not being only the tourist, but just be with people who live there. And that is how I just first realized how differently people see the same situation, how much more grateful they are. When I was in Sri Lanka, I saw how different and how much higher standard of life people are having culturally and just emotionally. They're always smiling. They never complain about things. They have more time because maybe they have less money, but they have more time to spend with their families, to do their exercise, to do lots of wonderful things, and they're happy. While just in more developed countries, it's not always true.
That's a huge topic. There are a lot of difference between Eastern people and Western people, true. And we are not talking about this. And I agree with you that most people. It's great. It's very important to set goals to achieve that. Yeah. And we mentioned that it's another very important law of the universe, mm-hmm. Law of development, law of growth.
Okay, which one?
The tree growth all life, the same with people. Most people that just misunderstand that, or I should be grateful. I have one small apartment, I have one couch. And that's enough for me. We are not talking about this, Anna. Mm-hmm. I think it's good, and it's very important to have goals, to wish more, to raise mm-hmm. your standards.
Right.
Great.
Yes.
But it's very important to enjoy the process.
Being grateful for what you have, but one more.
What you have, to yes, small success. Yeah, I did this today. Most people don't. When I ask what kind of success, what kind of successes do you have in life, and person, oh, I don't have success. I just have failures. But when I say, okay, stop, you have a couple of minutes, write down, and when that person writing down, he understands that he has enough successes.
Wow. Yeah.
He moved to different country. He learned new language. He has increased or tripled or doubled their income for 2 years. Wow, I have successes. When you focus on success, you improve your self-esteem and self-confidence. You achieve much more, and you say, "Wow, yes, it's great." And most people don't not happy in the moment, as you said, because they are living in the future or in the past, and they forgetting that right now, my life is just now.
Yeah.
It's not now. Probably it can be or had or 2 years ago. No, you have just right now. 1 second. You didn't have the past. You have your memory, and you don't have your future. You don't know what. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe after tomorrow. Maybe 10 years. Maybe 50 years you have in ahead of you. You don't know, and we cannot change our length of our life too much. Yes, it's about 180, 70 years. Most people live like this, but you can have your life bigger, like
richer, more colorful, more enjoyable, happy.
Anya, I will say in Russian. You will translate, please, okay?
Sure, yeah.
I mean, не можешь, как сказать, не можешь изменить длину жизни, но можешь расширить ее, увеличить ширину.
Yes, if you cannot really change the length of your life, but you can change the depth and the width of life, right?
Yeah, something like this, Anya. Yeah. And enjoying this moment right now.
Absolutely.
Yes. Gratitude is the most powerful feelings. Gratitude, love, appreciation. It's amazing.
Yeah. Somehow
it's another habit, Anya. You can not change it like this. A lot of programs, a lot of TV, a lot of news and media programmed that kind of population dozens of years, and we cannot change it for one day.
I absolutely agree, and somehow it's interesting. I absolutely agree with everything you say. These things, they do not contradict. They can go together naturally. Some people think it's one or the other, but what you said, you can be in the moment, being grateful, being all happy right now, enjoying it, but at the same time, you can look in the future and you can have goals at the same time. So with your both feet, you're in the present, but then in your mind, you know what you want, where you can move to the next direction. You have all your like ideas then become like dreams, and dreams then become goals, and then you start calculating how to get there, and getting to your goals and being successful and achieving all that. You can still do that being in the present moment.
Yes, I know. Thank you very much for that additional words.
Yeah,
absolutely agree with you, Anya. Yes,
doesn't have to. You can just sit and do nothing, and at the same time have to really. I think it's like both together, right?
Both together. To have present and to be goal-oriented, future-oriented.
Yes.
The most successful people, the most leaders we know, you're dreamers, you're future-oriented. Yes, we have our basis, our foundation as past, our experience, our knowledge, our successes and failures.
Yeah.
That's our foundation.
Absolutely.
And we have our vision, future orientation, and what kind of steps should I do?
Very true.
To go to have that position, to go there in 5-10 years. What kind of steps should I make? Should
Absolutely.
I take in 1 year, in a month, in a week, and every single day?
Yeah, and this is exactly how you are going to get there. Exactly. Wow, this is always absolutely, because we have right now, I'm totally in the moment, enjoying our conversation. And I remember we were talking about our big project that we wanted to do. I met with some great people and really like shared what we were doing with you, and they made some input. So if you want to talk more about it, then we can do that after the interview. If you have a little bit of like time, like say 10-15 minutes, do you have that? We can do it after the interview in Russian.
Yeah.
Great, fantastic. But I just want to like say what in a really wonderful like your input, your ideas. I liked a lot. Thank you for these 4 questions that you said about what should I stop doing, like continue doing more, doing less. This is so good. Thank you very much for this. It's just important, and always it's like inspires me to get to like make some changes in my life, or just look closely and evaluate if I'm really going in the right direction or I'm a little bit off the direction. But it's just incredible, and I very, very, very like appreciate.
I appreciate you very much, and I want to say thank you so much as well, because
You're most welcome.
Listening to your words, listening to your experience, your words, I start to think and realize that I had the same experience, or I didn't think like this.
Mm-hmm.
And when Anya, I want to add this, and when I talk to you, I also talking with myself.
Right. Yeah.
When I say, Anya, it's very important to have goals, plan, have vision. I'm talking with myself as always. When you teach someone, when you do seminars and trainings, it's very important because you are transforming. You know, you are a very good experienced speaker, and you had a lot of workshops in.
Thank you. Well, I'm just happy to share my experience. I just think that it really can help people to improve their life. It helped me. So I'm just feeling like I need to feel the need to spread this out and just be useful to people. That makes me very, very happy. Just not to just sit and just keep it all to myself, but if I can inspire people to make these changes, then it just makes me feel that my life is worth living.
Wow.
It's something that is absolutely great. And then every time we talk with you, we just get deeper to the topic, and there's more nuances. And it's also like talking, discussing it, sharing what you're doing, what you've done. Somehow it's plants like seed that it just becomes such an important part of your life. Then you just remember when you next time, even we're not on Skype, and then about the choices available to you, what to do. I just remember, last time with Pavel, we were talking about something that is very important. We discussed that, and now I'm in this situation. Yes, I remember we were talking that's about the life choices and all, and then somehow it does make me feel truly it just feel like that was definitely a good thing. So yes, I mean, we'll continue doing that, and that will become one day like a big project that improves lives of thousands and millions of people all over the world, as there are so many billions of people that speak English. They can understand what we're talking about right now. So that's additional value that we're giving to them.
And thank you very much. And you just gave me a new idea that you said you mentioned our vision, about our ideas to your friend.
Yes. So
and he or she inspired you and said, yes, you can do this.
Yeah.
And it's very important to share our vision to people who is also goal-oriented, who has the same values.
True.
And when you share, we have a feedback. Oh, that's good, but probably you can do this. Or that's good, and I have that kind of person that can help you. Or yes, I think that will work better if you do this, or you probably go this direction. And it's very important to share and have feedback from other people.
Absolutely, really important. Yes, and that's why there are people that are so inspiring, and they change their life, and then they help you to change yours. fantastic. So we'll meet with you very soon, speaking some Russian. And yeah, so it was a great video. Thanks a lot, and we'll to be continued. I say in English like.